guys, I want to talk to you about building endurance. It's hard to build endurance at a young age, but it's not impossible. Your strength is usually what builds up first, and then comes your endurance. So if you're going for a shorter run, you still want to be sure to pay attention to your form, make sure that you are staying with those strength and conditioning workouts that we have posted. But if you want to pay attention to building up your mileage and building up that endurance, then this video is a good video to pay attention to, as well as any other videos that we have focused on building endurance over time. Time being a key word. Endurance is not something that builds up overnight. Another word that is mentioned multiple times in our videos is injury. If you try to force something overnight, if you try to force distance overnight, you're going to get injured. Your risk of injury is going to increase. So don't force going crazy amounts of miles that your body is not accustomed to too fast. A good way to build endurance for people of all abilities is the run-walk method. It allows people who are not accustomed to running, who may have a higher risk of injury. It allows them to go these longer distances. It also allows for people who want to run longer distances, like a lot of elite ultramarathoners will use the run-walk method, even if they are elite. So the run-walk method, for me, what I've done in the past is I'll follow a 10-minute cycle. So I'll run for 8 minutes and then walk for 2 minutes, so that I keep in mind that 10 minutes, and then I'll just recycle that over and over and over again. You can do whatever is comfortable for you. It's better to keep your running portion at the higher amount than your walking. And you want to make sure that you're doing this for your longer runs and not for all of your runs entirely. You don't want to become dependent on the run-walk pattern. You want to make sure that for your shorter runs, you're able to go, to be able to run a mile without walking and to not become dependent on it. But if you are building up that endurance and you want to make sure, or if you want to be able to work up to running a mile straight, and to train yourself to be able to do it, then it's not a shame to work yourself up by running and walking in order to build that endurance for running a mile. So just meet yourself where your standards are of where you and your progress is. If you're not able to run a mile, then set your standards at that, where your goals are. Set your goals at, I want to run a mile. So then knowing what that pace will be for running a mile, and then set, okay, I want to run a quarter of a mile, and then I will walk an eighth of a mile, and then set that accordingly, okay? So that is the run-walk method. The benefits of this is that runners who run the same distances, the runners who follow this method are not as sore. It's because their bodies are able to slow down, their heart rate is able to slow down, and everything is it's able to reset.